Hey guys, Jarek and Komodo here, going to be doing some more Halo 2. This time we have some regular Team Slayer on Beaver Creek. Yes, start laughing because I said the word Beaver. I swear to God. So, one of the suburbs of Portland, I live in Portland, Oregon, a suburb of Portland is Beaverton. I cannot talk to any of my European friends without them laughing, or Aussie friends, or any friends in any other part of the world. They immediately start laughing, and you can't avoid it, because it's like, that's the name of the town. And you're trying not to laugh too.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, so regular Team Slayer, not Team BRs, oddly enough. I think I prefer this level when it's not Team BRs, because Team BRs everyone seems to want to camp, and when it's regular Team Slayer people want to approach because they only spawn at the SMG. This is a pretty decent game. I'll be honest, I was kind of being a bitch with the noob combo most of the game, and the rocket launcher apparently. I'll take that double kill, that's fine. I only died twice this entire game. The first time I died, I'm not entirely sure what killed me. I think it was a grenade right as someone shot me, but I just kind of died instantly. And I don't even remember how I died the second time. I know I died a second time, so keep that in mind. So comments. I've been neglecting these. We used to answer a lot of questions from people watching the videos. Please keep submitting your questions. If you want us to answer a question, put them down in the comments below. This gives us something to talk about in the commentary, so we're not just rambling about nothing. So it does help. The question I get probably the most often is what my favorite game is, and I've talked about this a lot, but I feel like that's a really vague question, because how can you just name what your favorite game is when there's so many different genres, or if it's single player or multiplayer? If I have to just give a vague favorite game, I would probably put it to Blood Dragon, just because it's so amazing. Like, I really can't give it to anything else, because that game is the perfect 80s game with the most cool designs that look like they came straight out of the 80s.
I'm sorry, I'm actually stuck right now thinking, what is my favorite game?
That's what, it's such a vague question that it's like, it's hard to come up with an answer off the top of your head because you play so many games. Like, how do you just compact all of your thoughts into one thing? I don't know where to start. So I'm going to try to split it up a little bit. Like I said, favorite game overall, probably Blood Dragon. Thank you for running in a straight line for me to shoot you. Probably Blood Dragon. For single player, still, again, Blood Dragon, there's some close games following it, like say the original Fear, which is, man, it's sad to see how downhill that franchise went after Fear 1, and Extraction Point. Extraction Point, you played Fear and Extraction Point. I don't think you played Perseus Mandate.
No, you told me not to.
Yeah, because the game just got annoying after that. Extraction Point, though, I feel like that was basically more or less more of Fear, but exaggerated. Like, it was Fear, but so much worse of Fear, in the best kinds of ways.
I might have to go back and play them again, because I don't really remember anything except for slide kicking and almost scaring the shit out of me.
That's pretty much Fear in a nutshell, yeah. Except for in Fear 1, it's more of jump kicking. Because this isn't Fear 2. Man, they really butchered the movement in Fear 2. But yeah, as far as single-player games, though, probably that and along the lines of Half-Life 1. I prefer Half-Life 1 over Half-Life 2, honestly. It's just, it feels deeper to me. Not like mentally, man, there's so much going on in this game. But no, it's just the designs are almost puzzle-like. You know, they're 90s shooters. It's not a linear corridor for you to shoot stuff. And I don't really blame Half-Life 2 for taking this route because it doesn't feel like it's linear. But it really is when you look at it.
You know, I never really thought about it until now.
See, and that's a great design to take because you always know where to go, but it doesn't feel like you're on rails. So I wish more games would do that. As far as multiplayer games go, man, I actually have a lot. I can't really list one specific multiplayer game that is my favorite, but I seem to choose games that aren't quite as common, like, say, Fear Combat is definitely one of them. Dino D-Day is another one. And I'm sure you guys are aware how much I play that game. I love that game. I did have a brief conversation with one of the developers of the game when they were beta testing the update, because we were having crashes. So I guess that was interesting, but not really much more to say about that. I really respect that company because they've stuck with that game despite the fact that that game isn't necessarily that successful. It's not dead. Definitely not dead. It's still active at pretty much any given point, but only like 3 servers are active. So it's not really the most popular game, but they continue to update it. So, you know, I really respect companies that do that actually stay with their game and make sure the game is a well-done game. Man, there has been a lot of this changed over the years. I mean, I think you played the game close to release. Did you?
I have no clue.
Well, this was years ago when the game first came out. I can tell you, like, the evolution of the patches of the game things that were overpowered that got nerfed, something else became overpowered that got nerfed. Like, so many things have evolved. It's really interesting to see how things have changed as the game has come along, and how they've more or less learned. So it's, I don't know, it's amusing to always look at a game like that. But yes, Dino D-Day and Fear Combat are definitely some of my favorites. Halo 1 easily is up there, way more than the other Halo games. That pistol. You know, it's my favorite sniper. And as far as, and I gotta separate this entirely because it's just such a different genre. Like, I'm not a big RPG fan, but that easily goes to Fire Emblem, and even that's kind of misleading because it's like, that's a tactical RPG. That's not a regular RPG. If we're talking about regular RPGs, that goes to Pokemon. Probably Soul Silver. I don't know. Man, I don't know. Did you play Soul Silver?
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is that game significantly a shit ton harder than every other Pokemon game ever? Especially trying to beat Red at the end, but I don't think you ever got that far.
No, I beat the whole game, and I don't remember having much difficulty doing anything in that game.
And it wasn't that it was, like, really difficult. It's more or less my remembering having to battle Red, because you have Pokemon that are around, like, level 60, and his are, like, level 80 suddenly. It's more
Really?
like there's specific jumps in the game that are more difficult than before. Like, having to fight that cunt's Miltank. That everybody remembers that.
Roll out all damn day long.
Yeah, the best way to fight against that is just teach your Typhlosion rollout, and then use their own tactic against them. That was way difficult to say for some reason. Yeah, you want to use rollout, I can do it too, bitch. But yeah, there were significant spots that were just suddenly more difficult. Like, it wasn't a slow, gradual learning curve, it was a sudden wall at times.
You know, actually, I don't remember which game it was. Whichever one Pachirisu got introduced in, there was a gym leader that had a Pachirisu that had Volt Switch that annoyed the shit out of me because every time I tried to knock it out, it would Volt Switch and then go back to something else.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I don't remember what game it is either. I just remember that battle being really annoying.
Yeah. And that's why I hate Pachirisu.
That's why I hate Volt Switch in general. It normally doesn't help too much. Like, you can use it effectively, but typically no one uses it effectively. They're just annoying. And even when they do use it effectively, it's infuriating. It's like Armor Lock.
I only use Armor Lock for when people were trying to charge me with a vehicle. It was always beautiful.
But I specifically remember, because I didn't really play Big Team Battle that much, so I remember in Team Slayer, it's like, one, you have an inevitable death. You're going to die, or your teammates are going to bail you out because you're a cunt. Or two, they'll run up and do the stupid Armor Lock punch. That is really infuriating. If you're up close to them and you go into Armor Lock, you basically punch them and drop their shield.
Huh.
Which is dumb and should never happen.
I just remember people going into Armor Lock, and I just sit there and wait for it to come out, and I just kind of kill them.
That's the annoying thing is like, it breaks the flow of the game. I don't have to stop to do this. Like, there's a point where you need to be patient and where you need to push, and that's neither. Like, it just shouldn't exist. But hey, that's the end of this game. I did pretty good this game. Like I said, 24-2. I'll go ahead and take that. I was kind of being a cheap asshole with the noob combo. Not gonna lie. But hope you guys have enjoyed it anyway, and we'll see you later.